I got this switch, and it wasn't connecting. The My Joy-Con wasn't connecting when I connected it. Well, when I connected it to the system. I was having issues, so I actually recorded a video yesterday, but messed it up because I didn't. I messed up. Um, but I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna go with the basically just I'm gonna show you what I did to replace it. I just replaced this railing yesterday, just this right side, and since I already replaced it, that's fine. I can show you how I did it. Um, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and replace the other side. So yeah, just check it out. Check it out. This toolkit that I use, I'll put a link in the video. You need these Y screwdrivers for these security screws. Nintendo security screw on these four corners. Be careful trying to get them out, I guess. Just be comfortable with it. I don't know. Apply enough pressure, not too much. Took all those out. Took my game out too. Already turned the system off completely. So the next step, just removing all the screws. Since I'm gonna do just the right side, there is no need to take off certain screws. I'll show you which ones in a second. These bottom screws, you can take these guys out. Um, they were actually previously stripped. I'm missing this one, and this one's stripped in here, so it's just kind of barely holding it in place. I bought it used, so that's the way it comes. But if you take this one on top, two on the bottom, and this one dead center, and this one to the railing dead center, you can take off the back panel, just to organize your screws well. I don't need much organization because I've already opened this a few times. I understand where everything kind of goes. I actually haven't taken it apart to get to this other side of the railing though. That's going to be interesting. Let's give it a go. I just kind of get my fingernails underneath. There's one more screw right there, actually. Tiny one. It's the only tiny screw in there. It's like half the size of the other one. So it is a specialized screw just for that single slot. It's to hold this the rest of the case on, I guess. Yep. Then we get just kind of get underneath here. Should come off fairly easy. This corner always gives me some problem, I guess. Yep. After that, I'll take off just this back plating. I do need to add some thermal paste to it. That's what I should be ordering, actually. Besides a GoPro, because that's next on my list to get a GoPro. I used one. They all seem to just function regardless. They're pretty sturdy machines. Even if they're used, I don't think I've found many broken ones. I'll have to look a little bit further, but see if I can find a broken one that I can fix, I guess. As long as the lens is good, I guess I could repair the inside, but the lens is a whole nother battle that I wouldn't want to do. The main, well, it's kind of a pain to get these. This guy has to come out, and each time I take it out, it's kind of a pain to get this to link back in there. I have to give it a bit of force to get this in there, and I've done it once or twice to where I put it back together, and then I forgot to apply enough pressure to get it to connect, because it won't read your memory card if you don't. So as you take those off, there's one more dead center. Forget about this one. Um, yeah, so there's thermal paste on here. I guess it acts as a heatsink somewhat. I don't know. Um, it looks like it does because it's got thermal paste on there. So I'm gonna have to apply some later. There's still some on there, but I would like to get it. I'd like to clean that up and put a fresh piece on. Okay, so this ribbon cable inside of here, very tiny. It's right here. So this thing's just got to come up. Did the same thing over here on this one. I just lifted it up and placed it in there. Since this side is okay, they kind of just wrap it around that screw right there and put it in there. So fairly easy to do, huh? So sorry, my camera's crap. This is one of my first. Well, I've tried multiple times to make videos, but this little notch right here, little guy needs to pop up so I can pull this ribbon out of here. I'm gonna replace this railing. Just I don't know because I have another brand new one. I'm gonna label this as good, the used one, because it's still good. Um, but before that, obviously take it all the way off. Take the rest of these screws out of here. I should have said, welcome to another Shade Tree Electronics. Easily come out after you take the screws. I've already cleaned the system a few times, but look how they twirly do that in there. Also, I ordered these from Onion, Chinese company. They're fairly cheap. I think I paid at least 13 to 15 bucks for these. Oh, it's kind of bent. I'm gonna test it before I put it in. These chips are these aren't as well built as the originals though. I really would like to see if there's a way to actually just replace this. There is. You just take this little pin out. Or getting it back in. But hopefully this works out. I'm gonna test it, and that's not good. I might have to put this one back. Um, I'm gonna test it to see if it works before I put everything back together. All right. All right. So twirly, twirly dirly around there. Huh? That's an interesting way to go in there. Huh? So kind of just and I hope that crease isn't too bad because the connection's broken there. It's not gonna work. Just barely. I'm gonna be careful with these things, really. I'm gonna tuck it just like the other one was. I'm gonna tuck it under this corner. Whirly dirly it around. So this part was actually underneath here. A really interesting way to put this together, Nintendo. But that's the way they had it. And, this piece slide in there. Kind of a pain to get these cables in. I've done done this on other devices before. So have to there. I also want to keep this bend in it. A bend, not like a crease, but a bend. A crease will break the connection. But I think that might have already happened. Yeah, this isn't the easiest, to be honest. Oh my god, where it is? That's this is difficult. It's the location of it. Probably did this with the board all put together. That's what I was trying to put most of it together beforehand. Here we go. It's in there now. And then just latch it down. Throw in one of these screws. If the screws will go in, like I said, like I was saying, Shade Tree Electronic Repair right now. I've done it plenty, plenty of times. So I just hope it's hope the bend isn't too bad. It was already creased before I put it in there, man. I'm hoping that it looks fairly secure. All right, let's Technically, I should have unplugged the battery, but I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, it works. Uh, I have both sides working now. It's the other side the other day, but like that ribbon cable worked. Um, if you have a failure of getting it connected, it's pretty much how you do it. Put those guys in there. Um, or I'm gonna shut down again real quick before I do all that again. I'm gonna make sure that I plug in this guy. Um, it's kind of a hassle. You don't. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's one dead center, huh? It's in our screen. Let's throw a couple more over here. The other center is for shade tree. Okay. I don't know. I need to come up with a little channel name for all these little repairs that I do on the side. Also gonna work on my bikes too. I'll upload some motorcycle videos. Uh, one more of these guys. Yes. And go around in a full circle like you're supposed to. Uh, Usually just drawing like a small diagram on a piece of paper works, and then putting your screws where they're supposed to go. You know, like a little piece of paper outside. The best way to do that. Um, Let me just check. Let me make sure this has connection before I throw it all together again. So I'm gonna have to replace this too soon because I keep disassembling it. You gotta make sure you push it in position. More like, did it make it? I hope so. Oh yeah, I forgot. This screw goes. Yeah, you can't. You never really know if that thing's in there, man. You just line it up with the screw holes. That's what I do, and just kind of make sure that this little slot, little pins go inside of there. Best you can, you know. Yeah, well, if you're nervous about doing it, you can send your unit to me and I'll do it. You know, oh, I put that in there beforehand. All right, well, let's put the chip in. Let's see if we get that connection in there. Let's go over and check the, yeah, there's not a, this thing is so temperamental. I might have to replace that one next. That might be, that might be gone too now. Who knows? Alright, let's, you know, I don't even, honestly, I don't even need to turn it off. I kind of feel like, barely feel like a little bump when it goes in. Blade electrons. Now we're making connections. So apparently I pressed hard enough. Now it's connected. Wouldn't advise doing that while the console's on, but honestly, it's the best way to do it. Yep. Start it, and I'll say, great, done a great job. Need to apply thermal paste next. Go here and check data. Yep, my micro SD is in. Now I'm just going to turn it off again, I guess. I'm not really touching anything important other than just putting the back piece on. Good. This card does have to come out before this back piece on though. Put these security, these Y screws. Well, before all that, so this one, doing that guy. Yep, it's still active, otherwise it wouldn't be making noise. We'll just throw these guys in there. So Y securities. Y security. Boom, bada bang, bing bong. That's what my friend likes to say. Come on. Alan. Mr. Alan Styles. Bing bong. Boom, boom, boom. And they'll do some other things. Pretty easy repairs and stuff on these. Like on, well, most, a lot of devices. To be honest. When the screen started becoming like glued and stuff, I was like, you know what, it's just a mess. I don't want to deal with that. I just do it. Just it was plug and play. It was so simple back in the day before they changed everything. Doing these tiny, tiny screws. And then the last two, they're not even magnetic enough, they're so small. Really good. There it goes. I got some grip on that one. Technically, only have like 2 or 3 screws in this guy on the on the back casing. I have 1, 2, 3 in there. This one and the other one were stripped because people were trying to get in it, and then probably realized that they couldn't get any further after they tried to try to get these security screws on. I mean, it clips into place, so it's fairly. It runs good. I wouldn't be worried about it. But yeah. Thanks for coming for my bootleg videos or my E3 videos. But after you're all done, yeah, you should have a running console. And if you're nervous about doing it, you can send your console to me. I'll fix it. I'm thinking about just starting the live stream and stuff. Um, oh, yeah, so controllers are connecting.